Hey, welcome back World Entertainment, and I thought this time in this video, let's just get super nerdy and talk about the Constitution class from none other than Star Trek. So, when you picture a starship, what do you see? Because for millions, it's this one. It's the silhouette of the USS Enterprise. It's burned into the memory of science fiction history. But it was more than just a ship. It was a promise, a symbol of a better, brighter future, and of our unstoppable need to see what's out there. The Enterprise and her sister ships in the Constitution class weren't just icons though, they were engineering marvels. Think of them as cities in space, built to travel faster than light for years at a time, pushing the very edge of everything we thought we knew. So, what made them so special? What secrets are hidden in that classic saucer section, the engineering hull, and those unforgettable warp nacelles? Today, we're breaking down the Constitution class piece by piece. We'll explore the revolutionary tech and the design philosophy that made it the absolute pride of Starfleet. This is the story of how one class of starship wrote the rulebook for everything that came after. So, before the Constitution class, Starfleet ships were a bit of a mixed bag, but when the USS Constitution and her legendary sister ship, the USS Enterprise, launched in 2245, everything changed. A new standard was born. This was the design that locked in the iconic Starfleet look. You've got the primary saucer, where the crew lives and works, the secondary hull holding the guts of the ship, and two massive warp nacelles perched on those sleek pylons. This layout was so elegant and practical that it became the template for most Starfleet vessels for centuries, influencing everything from the Ambassador class to the Galaxy class and beyond. The original Constitution class was a true deep space explorer, stretching about 289 meters long and containing 21 decks. It was built for the long haul, able to operate on its own for up to 5 years without a single pit stop at a starbase. That incredible self-efficiency was vital because its main job was to seek out new life and civilizations, venturing far beyond the safety of Federation space. With an initial crew of just over 200 people, every single inch of the ship was designed for efficiency on those marathon journeys. It was a masterpiece of 23rd century engineering, a self-contained world built to travel into the darkest, most unknown corners of the galaxy. So, what gave the Constitution class its incredible range and power? It all came down to its groundbreaking propulsion system. Deep in the engineering hull, you'd find the heart of the ship, a matter-antimatter warp core. By smashing matter and antimatter together in a controlled reaction, this system unleashed an unbelievable amount of energy, enough to push a 190,000 metric ton vessel to speeds that were simply unheard of at the time. The first ship of the class would hit a maximum sustainable speed of warp 8. Now, later ships would leave that in the dust, but in the mid-23rd century, this was top of the line performance. It allowed the ship to leap across huge interstellar distances in a fraction of the time it took its predecessors. For moving around inside a solar system or navigating a tricky asteroid field, the ship had powerful impulse engines that gave it the agility it needed for those delicate maneuvers. This 1-2 punch of high-speed warp drive and nimble impulse engines gave its captains the power and flexibility to tackle everything the galaxy threw at them, from outrunning a Klingon battlecruiser to making a gentle first approach to a world no human has ever seen. It was the engine that powered a golden age of exploration. While its speed was impressive, the Constitution class was built for something much bigger than just getting from A to B. It was a vessel of science and diplomacy, a true jack of all trades. The ship was packed with labs and research facilities, supporting a whole team of scientists who were busy analysing stars, studying alien biology, and basically expanding our entire understanding of the universe. And it wasn't all work and no play. To reflect its diplomatic missions, the living quarters on a Constitution-class ship were practically luxurious for a vessel of the line. The crew's quarters were made for long-term comfort, and it had dedicated facilities to host ambassadors and dignitaries from all over the quadrant. This wasn't just a ship for exploring, it was a ship for representing the Federation's highest ideals: peace, cooperation, and the endless search for knowledge. This focus on doing everything well is what made the Constitution class so special. It could be a research station on Monday, a diplomatic flagship on Tuesday, and if things went sideways, a formidable warship on Wednesday. That philosophy was so successful it became a core part of Starfleet's identity for generations. Despite its main mission of peaceful exploration, the 23rd century was a dangerous time. The Constitution class had to be ready to fight, and it was more than up to the task. The initial design came armed with 6 phaser banks, powerful energy weapons that could be used for surgical strikes or to lay down a wall of defensive fire. Backing up the phasers were 2 photon torpedo launchers, which could fire warheads with devastating power or launch sensor probes for a long-range peek at what was ahead. These weapons were all tied into advanced sensor arrays and, of course, powerful deflector shields. The main deflector dish had 2 jobs: pushing interstellar dust out of the way at warp speed and creating a protective energy bubble around the ship when the shooting started. This combination of heavy-hitting weapons and tough-as-nails defenses made the Constitution class one of the most respected and feared ships in its time. Its reputation was sealed in major conflicts like the war with the Klingon Empire in the 2250s. In battle after battle, these ships proved their resilience and firepower, earning the respect of their allies and adversaries alike. They were a powerful symbol of the Federation's strength and resolve. One of the smartest things about the Constitution class design was that it was built to be upgraded. Its key systems were modular, meaning they could be swapped out and improved over time. This kept the class at the forefront of technology without Starfleet having to build a whole new fleet from scratch. They could just refit the space frames they already had. The class went through several major upgrades during its long service life, but the most famous, the one everyone remembers, happened in the early 2270s. This was the complete overhaul, a top-to-bottom reconstruction, beautifully showcased by the USS Enterprise in Star Trek the Motion Picture. It was practically a new ship. The refit gave the ship a sleeker hull, a completely redesigned bridge, and powerful new warp nacelles with those iconic glowing blue horizontal coils. Inside, almost everything was replaced, from the warp core to the weapons. The crew was expanded to over 430 to handle all the new tech. This refit was so total that it completely transformed the ship's abilities, allowing it to stay a frontline vessel for many more years and giving it that gorgeous cinematic look that so many fans adore. The legacy of the Constitution class isn't just in old mission reports or battle records. You can see it written across the hull of nearly every Starfleet ship that came after it. That core design philosophy, that saucer, the engineering section, the 2 nacelles, the modularity, the multi-mission capability, it all became the foundation of Starfleet shipbuilding. You can see its DNA clearly in the Excelsior, Ambassador and Galaxy class ships. Each one was standing on the shoulders of the original Constitution, and the design is so timeless that it just keeps coming back. Fast forward to the 25th century and Starfleet introduces the Neo-Constitution class, like the USS Titan A, a modern starship that intentionally echoes the classic lines of the original while packing in all the latest technologies. This proves that the Constitution class was never just a machine, it was an idea. The idea of the perfectly balanced vessel, ready to meet any challenge the galaxy could offer, whether with a friendly handshake or a photon torpedo. From their launch in the 2240s all the way to their final missions, the Constitution class ships were the backbone of Starfleet. They were explorers that chartered vast, unknown regions of space. They were diplomats that carried the Federation flag to worlds we'd only dreamed of. And they were warriors that defended the Federation from its most dangerous foes. These were ships of legends, and they were often captained by legends. The revolutionary design, that advanced technology, and the incredible versatility of the Constitution class set a standard that wasn't beaten for generations. It was the ship that truly took us where no one has gone before, and its silhouette is still, to this day, a symbol of infinite possibilities and adventure out there among the stars. So, what's your favourite memory of the Constitution class? Was it a specific battle or a moment of discovery? You can let us know, of course, in the comments, because that's what we're all here for. We're talking about these things because we're nerdy like that. We love these type of things, and the Constitution class is definitely one of those things. So yes, do let me know what your favourite moment with these ships are, and overall let me know what your actual favourite ship is. Doesn't have to just be the Enterprise, you know, to what class of ship, you know, Galaxy class, are you a Sovereign class, are you a Miranda class? Is your favourite ship not even the Federation? Is it a Warbird, or is it a Bird of Prey or Vorcha class? Let us know. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Cheers. I will catch you in the next one, and engage.